Hey, Father Taylor here. This is not your regular e-blast. I'm just calling your attention to the last night at 6:22 about our time at an Episcopal church in Vestavia, Alabama. Folks were having a potluck dinner. I'm sure maybe you've seen the details by now. They're having a potluck called a Boomer's Potluck Dinner. And while at the event, an occasional attendee produced a handgun and shot 3 people. 2 people died. 1 person was critically wounded. A person was subdued and held there until the police got there. I'm not even sure what to say. I mean, it's hard to take in the amount of violence that goes on and to try to make some kind of logical sense out of it. So here's what I do know, that these 2 people, the 2 people who were shot were in their 70s, that some grandparents, died at the hands of someone at a church dinner. So we pray for God's mercy upon us. We pray for God's compassion and mercy to the families, all the families affected, families of the folks who were shot, families of the folks who were there. We pray for that church and that pastor. We pray for the members of the police department and the fire department, the ambulance people who arrived. We're praying for the whole town. We do ask for God's intervention, for God's mercy, for healing. And we pray for God's wisdom, not what other people should do. But we ask for God's wisdom. What are you asking me to do in the wake of all of this? And what are you asking us to do? That's our real question. The real question isn't about what will some elected official do. I mean, that's a question that we ask as members of a democracy, but what we ask as Christians, God, what are you calling us to do? How can we intervene? How can we prevent? How can we provide healing? And so I'm not suggesting any course of action this time. I think, like all of you, I'm hurt. I can't imagine what it'd be like if that was our church. It certainly brings the situation home, though. So we reach out to God and we reach out to one another, and we affirm our place and our identity as Christians who are called in this world to be a light and to be salt and to bring healing. And so perhaps we can talk more about that later, but I just want to make sure that we're all understanding that our thoughts and prayers are not useless, but our prayers are what leads us to the way we should think, and the way we should think leads us to action. And that's the way it just works in the way we understand following Jesus. So we continue to pray. So God bless you. May the Lord keep us safe, and may the Lord bring healing, not just to this town, but for every town that has suffered in this kind of way, and for this church. So bye for now.